Good morning and welcome to Accor Arena. Welcome to the 7th edition of the Big. We are so happy to welcome you. We organized the event in order to make you, the entrepreneurs, happy after those months, trimesters, semesters that were really hard, and we don't forget them. We don't forget what we went through. And what it meant also for the workers in Bpifrance, because you were so important at those moments. We can't forget that we lost so many of our friends in this pandemic. We can't forget that we could not even say goodbye to some of our closest ones. But we can't forget all of this. But today we will focus on the future. And so we have a very busy schedule today on this scene. You will have around 70 people, 70 speakers that are going to tell you how we can grow in order to conquer. So it's really conquer to grow too. Why? Because we want to grow. We want to be bigger. And so, as you know, Bpifrance exists for a reason. It's a law that was created 2 years ago. And so the reason that we exist is there to conquer in order to grow and to create the future. So that means a lot. But what it means is that we are sure that since we created the bank, we are sure that France is not reaching its potential. And it's really a pity for us to see so many creative, amazing people that are not reaching their potential. So our role today is to bring all those French people to their potential. Entrepreneurs, obviously, we can only advise you to be entrepreneurs, but we can also be enterprising. And so this is the object, this is the heart of our mission, is to bring France to its potential. And we think that it's unacceptable that since 15 years or something, the US are growing faster than us because we are not reaching our potential. But it can change, and it is possible to change. There's never been so many things in our toolkit that allows entrepreneurs to start their business without too many risks. So the French model needs to have at least twice as many entrepreneurs as we have today. So we need a model that actually focuses on the future. So this year's topic is conquer to grow. But to conquer, we firstly need to focus on our loneliness. Sometimes it's really hard on the psychological point of view, but it's also a very amazing richness. So I'm not trying to make quotes today, but I found a quote from Diderot that said that we always need to have a feeling in at the bottom of our heart that makes us lonely, even though we are in a society. And so we all need to be a bit crazy, but we also need to be a bit lonely. And this is where we start from in order to say that we don't want to be like the others. But obviously the problem is that once you say that, all the people around you say, why? Why do you want to be like that? Why do you want to be different? Why can't you be like us? And so you don't dare to act. So obviously, people are going to be compassionate because they're reading on your face the inevitable failure. But there's no reason that it should go like this. But you have this loneliness inside of you that might also be your crazy side. And so the question, why are you leaving? Why are you leaving us? You can't answer? Well, there's a very beautiful poem that you can quote. So why is the rose growing? Well, there's no why, actually. I just want to be who I am. But the pressure, obviously, is huge. And so the first talent that you have will be to resist the pressure. And it also shows how brave you are, because you are also confident. Where does it come from? Well, it's hard to say, too. Sometimes you have models, sometimes it's the parents, but sometimes it's not, because sometimes there are no parents. Many entrepreneurs do not have parents. Sometimes it's uncles, aunts. But there's something in you that's very strong, and that allows you to know that the most powerful people are not always powerful. Everything, nothing lasts forever. The biggest companies, the ones with the more advertising, well, even those ones, we can beat them. We can. Maybe we can attack them. Nothing is impossible. It's like in the movies, really. And it's something that you have inside of you that allows you to be confident. But you know it's going to be hard. You do. You know that you will face many challenges. You will not have plan A, plan B, plan C, because you know that you can be there. But you know it slightly, really. And it's kind of this entrepreneurship mindset. And we lived with it all year long. It's something that we work with. When you're looking at this event, you can see that we transformed the whole arena here, but this year even more than the years before. And it gives us the impression to be at the middle of a castle, really, of an arena. And so we can all feel like we are knights, and that's amazing.
Alors, cet esprit dans lequel quelque chose vous emmène vers quelque part où vous ne faites pas de plan B,
that something is going to bring you to another place where you don't have a plan B. Well, obviously, you at some point you will say no to other possibilities, but you are obsessed about those possibilities, and that will bring you to something that you don't know. And it actually turns out that the unknown, you love it. You want to conquer the unknown. And sometimes you don't know how deep the unknown is. But it's something that you want to reach, and you go there step by step. You don't know where you're going, you know you're going to face challenges. For startups, you know that you're going to pivot, you're going to say no at some point, you're going to have to step back and then go forward again, and you're going to face reality. And at some point, reality, it's what tells you no and makes you grow. And that's what you wanted, actually. You wanted to grow inside you, thanks to you. And you knew that if you didn't go through this, you wouldn't live your life as you wanted to. You wouldn't be able to do anything in your life. That's something that you feel really deeply inside of you. So you love the unknown. And while moving forward on this journey, well, yesterday we also had an event with so many entrepreneurs, startups, researchers on deep tech, and we asked them if they had that desire inside of them. And they all said, almost all of them said, yes, it's my journey to work with my loneliness, with my project. While I could just obey, actually, the world's rule, but that's not what I want. And so this journey, it changes you. It allows you to grow, but it also destroys you at some point. You all work like crazy. We can say so. You're part of this friends that doesn't count its hours. You work numerous hours per week, every week. And it can, of course, destroy you. but you also have your workers and your employees, and you also have your families, but you just absorb all this stress. We conducted a study that we published, and it's really interesting because it shows that the relationship between the entrepreneur and the families, there's a big support. Entrepreneurs, they really bring the families on board more than all other employees. So, in general, they also have more children, actually. So, yeah. It's also true for employees, of course. Sometimes there's also a vision within the employees. Well, in this very crazy world, you need to absorb this stress. And this is what you do. This is totally what you do. And so you arrive in a totally unexpected place. And you might feel as migrants in this place, but you will settle there. You won't come back. Obviously, you don't want to conquer in order to go back home. It's something that's definitive. And in this new territory that is yours now, you settle down, and then step by step, you start forgetting where you come from. Not completely, because obviously you never forget where you come from, but a little bit. And then also, to conclude, the conquest of Bpifrance, where we invest our money and our energy every day. It's not something in a static world like Monopoly, where we want to eat our neighbor's part. It's an innovation, an invention conquest. We are lucky today because we can use so many technological progress in order to conquer. We have many new companies, many new businesses that are going to show us those technological advances. And so it really is an innovation conquest. So this is what I wanted to tell you this morning. So what's our role in all of this? I think it's pretty easy. We see ourselves as agents for actors, writers, and everything. So we are agents for you. We are here to help you through the process. We are here to talk to you when things aren't going well. We are also there for you when things are going well. So we are here, really here for you, to help you. And I wanted to tell you that with Bpifrance, France has an amazing and unique toolkit that doesn't exist anywhere else in Europe and maybe in the world, except Canada, that kind of is like us. There's only in France that where we go to Montpellier or Lille, you have everything. You have the advice, you have business creation, you have financing, guarantees, innovation. You have everything. You have a whole toolkit here in France. And I think that that's something we need to acknowledge. And we also have very powerful responsibilities because, yes, we can accompany you. There are still some problems that we need to figure out, for example, in the industrial startups. But it's never been so easy to be an entrepreneur in France. Never, really. We were saying so the other day where we organized an event. The failure culture is evolving in France. If you fail after trying, if you can say that you had a real journey, well, it's kind of reassuring to see that you failed, and it's completely new. It's something that didn't exist before. And so we have people that are on their way to becoming entrepreneurs, but that didn't really take that big step yet. But don't be afraid, really, don't be afraid. Maybe it won't work in 2 years, and it's not a problem because you will do something else and you will work somewhere else. You will find a way, don't worry. But I will say it again, we need twice as many entrepreneurs as we have right now in France. And after everything that's been done during the COVID crisis, cannot be held on the long term if we do not have entrepreneurs. And that's a good thing because we're here for you. So we're waiting for you. Thank you very much.